Okay, today we will see the functions in R. What do you mean by the what you see? The functions in R. Okay, in the previous sessions, no, we saw the objects. That is what they call it as the vectors or assigning values to the objects. Okay, this here we use functions to create objects. We'll be using functions to create objects. Functions to create objects. So what will finally it will give? No, it will give you the objects plus functions, which gives you the value, the assigned value. Okay, so you create we can create an object by assigning a value to them by using these functions. Okay, and in very general terms we can think of as it's defined by the statement of object x is created from y. Okay, like this from y. I'll tell you. Okay. What is an object? Created object like A, B or roll numbers. No, that is going to be your object. A, B, C, D, roll numbers, register numbers, marks, year, name of the cricketer. Okay, those things are objects. Okay, function of something. Okay, what function you did it in this roll numbers? See, in this is the object. The C is the function. What function it has to do? It has to concatenate the value which is given as the input. So this is the default syntax for giving a basic functions in R. You can, okay, this becomes the object and this becomes your function. C is the concatenation, and we tried for average, we can try for any function you can do with this R. So by now we'll be, this is a basic like a formula. It's a very familiar formula. Functions are pretty simple to run a function. Okay, so x is created, the roll number is x, which is created from this y. Y is the function of C, concatenation of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so you type the name of the function and the data you want the function to operate in the data. You want to operate the function in the brackets. Okay, this is going to be the data. Okay, it's a basic, very basic. So for example, we can use any what you say. I am giving you a very basic function. A is equal to 5.2567. Okay, just I am trying something. Round of A. Just rounding. Okay, I didn't run this line. Okay, now A is stored here. Okay, it's a round of A. What is this? Just round is a function. This A becomes the data object. Just it is rounding off. Now see B 5.789. Round of B. You have to execute every time you are assigning something. You see, it's a basic, it is a rounding off because it is less than 0.5. So it is rounding up to the nearest number, and it is above 0.5. So it is rounding up to the next number, lowest number and the next highest number. So we can, like this, we can do many operations for I'll tell you. So now you are assigning an object equal to 1 to 10. That means, what is C? integers. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Now if you want to find a function, okay, now you want to, you see, find a mean value. For example, mean of C. The mean of C is 5.5. Okay, so we can get a mean of series of numbers with the main function. We can pass our variable A or B and get the mean for that. Now we will passing the function for it called an what we give the instruction is going to be the function and the arguments. Okay, the arguments can be, so okay, this is what they call it as the arguments. Okay, this is the object and this is the function and this is going to be the your arguments. Okay, what are the different types of data arguments that we can give? Here we have given the raw data. Okay, so this is raw data, this is our data. In this function, in this line, okay, here the argument is raw data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what is the another type of argument that we can give now? Here the argument given is an R object. This A is an R object, no? This A is an R object. So you can give the argument as the R object. Okay. And we can give the result of another result, okay, A plus B. So that result can be also given to the another function. It's a basic calculations. Okay. So objects, created objects assigned by us by giving functions, and in the input of the function, inside the function, your arguments. Arguments can be a raw data or an R object like A, B, C are all R objects. Okay, how this is going to help you for the what you say the final execution of your what is the one more type of as here the argument can be result. D is equal to mean of C. Now D is mean of C, no? So D is the result of this function. Right. What is the mean of C is? What is D? D is 5.5. Now round E. It's C. It's executing. Okay. So this is what we mean it as the what you say the basic functions. Okay. This is the object. C is the function, and this is the argument. How we can give argument? How we can go? How we can give arguments? Three types. One is the raw data. One is this type of raw data, or an R object, or a result of the function. Okay, a result of the function. D is the result of the function. Mean is equal to C. So I'll be giving posting some exercises for creating the functions in R and just to find out the some mean, we can do you see mean, median, standard deviation, rounding, and you can even printing options. Okay, everything we can try it with the R. Okay, now there are two things one has to know before getting into the writing scripts on the R. This is what we call it as the script console. This is script. This is script window, and this is console window. This is console window, and this is script window. So now we will see what is the difference between using the script window and console window. So we have been switching between the. We have been so far writing only the scripts in the only in the script window, not in the console window. And there is a reason for this. You may have noticed, no, console is excellent for easy one-line code. This console window, no, is okay to use one-line coding. Okay, there are three main reasons why we should use a script editor, script editor, the console window. Excuse me, someone wants to join. Okay, only 5 people are there. Okay, there are three reasons to use the script window, script editor. They are, this is okay, whatever you type and whatever you do it here. No, the reason one is three reasons to use script to use script editor as as a primary coding place. Three reasons to use script editor as a primary coding place. Reason number one. Reason number one is the script is durable. Okay, if saved and backed up, you will be able to access the code you wrote today, even 10 years time, or you can, the internet doesn't, if internet anything happens. So that is, there are two approaches we can have. Only this script is durable where we can store here. If you take this, we can save this script. You see, it is named as untitled, because this we worked it in the first class, this script. This is the second class exercise, and this is the third class. So okay, so it is a durable one. We can save the script editor script whichever you have written, and you can retrieve it anytime. And to this script editor, one more benefit is it can be used as a storage for working code. So whichever working code you are trying out, no, you can use this as a storage, and you can what you say, to experiment and annotate. Can use as a using as storage for the working code and to experiment and annotate. This is one of the reasons why we should work on the script editor to write your code. Okay, and reason two is executing codes. So okay, it's very easy to execute the script in the script editor. All you need is to remember the control or command plus a written button which executes a code statement. Okay, reason number two. Reason number two is executing code. Sorry, we can execute from here. This is say executing code. So just remember, just select it and run from here, and you see you can select the lines continuously and you can execute. So this is the executing place where the script editor can be used as an executing code. And the reason number 3, is if there is any, it will help you to do the syntax errors, which will help you to notify the syntax errors, because you can run your entire script in several successive control or command plus return, control enter. See, if you're using Windows, no, control enter or command returns. Okay, so it will help you to tell you the syntax error, if any, that you are using it in the uh, script editor. I will tell you. For example, example dot error. This is an object. I am putting in a sample code. Mm, sample of writing something else. C of 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, comma. If you are trying to sample. Sample of C of 1, 2, C 1, 2, 3, 4. The syntax error can be OTC checked here and edited over here. Okay, these are all very basics. Don't worry. Just you will be facing any error if you are downloading some what you say. You're doing some analysis with the Excel file. So this will help you to notify the alerts, warnings, like some syntax error. So that's why it's always to prefer go to what you say, the script editor than the console window. So console window is an one-line executing window and script editor. So, but for the today's class, no, the focus, the scope is to know about the functions in R. The exercises will be posted in the Moodle site. You can go there, take the exercise and do it. Okay. So X object is the function. Object, this is the default syntax. Object assigned is the function of the arguments that you're going to give. X is created from Y. From Y. Okay. The arguments can be of raw data or any R object or result of the functions. And what we discussed is to why to use a script editor primarily as a coding place than the console. So we have seen the 3 reasons why. Because of it's durable, where you can see this is what we did it in the first class. I haven't saved it yet, but this we did it in the first class. This we did it in the second class. Now we are in the third class. We can save, and it is durable one. And we can executing code. We can write number of codes. We can try the experiments. You can do all these things with the things, and for giving alerts and warnings about the syntax errors. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and then from I think it will take another 1 or 2 classes. It will take 1 or 2 classes to